In Africa, when a child dances too well, the elders look closely to see who taught him. It was Sunday morning in Lagos, Nigeria. The sun painted the rooftops in gold, and the clamor of hawkers outside competed with the distant sounds of church bells. Pastor Obasi's voice thundered through the speakers of Holy Word Fire Ministry. The words of fire and brimstone flowing from his lips like rain in the Harmattan season. His congregation responded in waves. "Preach, man of God! Tell them, Pastor!" In the front row sat his only son, Chuka Obasi, calm, composed, the model child. His crisp white shirt was starched to perfection, his Bible highlighted and bookmarked. The elders would often whisper, this one would take over his father's mantle. But they didn't know that this same boy, dressed in righteousness by morning, wore the crown of the streets by night. To the people of Ajegunle, he was King Chu, the quiet ruler of a booming underground petting empire. Even the chicken that perches on the fence has a place it sleeps at night. Chuka lived two lives, and both were thriving until the day they collided. Chuka wasn't born a rebel. He was raised in prayer meetings, Sunday schools, and daily devotionals. His mother died when he was 10, and his father raised him with scripture and strict discipline. "You are the lamp of the house," his father often said. "If you dim, the house will stumble." But the world outside the church walls had louder drums. As a teen, Chuka saw how money moved the world. The offerings basket never reached the hungry youths in the church, but in the streets, even small thieves drove flashy cars. "God blesses," his father said. "But Yahoo boys eat better," the streets replied. The time Chuka saw someone make money from betting, it wasn't his roommate. It was a church usher, Brother Emmanuel, who used his phone to place bets during vigil. That contrast never left Chuka. Chuka's virtual betting launch, Hustle Chapel, became more than a side hustle. It was a movement. Youths came from Mushin, Agege, and Surulere to be part of it. Each new member got a code name, a betting line, and weekly targets. He hired developers to create a semi-anonymous payment system. He laundered money through fake thrift saving accounts and food delivery businesses, all while remaining active in the church's medial team. He had a mantra: no blood, no guns, just odds. But street success breeds envy. Other betting lots felt threatened. Imex, a ruthless kingpin in Bariga, offered to buy Hustle Chapel. Chuka refused. "You dey toasted," Tega warned. But Chuka felt invisible. The money, respect, and loyalty blinded him, until loyalty turned into betrayal. Adora had her own scars. Her father was a policeman who died in a robbery gone wrong. Her mother suffered from trauma-induced memory loss. She had come to Lagos seeking escape and redemption. Church was her refuge. Meeting Chuka was not her plan, but his honesty, once he opened up, disarmed her. "I was born with a Bible in my hand," he once joked, "but I dropped it to carry numbers. And now," she asked, "I want to pick it back up. For you, for me." They spent quiet evenings reading psalms, debating scriptures, walking barefoot after youth meetings. She became his compass. He wanted to leave the game. He began transferring ownership to trusted hands, preparing to shut everything down, but betrayal had always begun brewing. Tega felt abandoned. He had built Hustle Chapel with Chuka, taken beatings, dodged police, paid bribes. Because of a girl and youth, Chuka wanted to leave. Guy, now this same hustle give us respect, but Chuka was done. Tega, seeing no place for himself in the future, made contacts with MX for 5 million and stake. He handed over files, accounts and passwords. Chuka never saw it coming. One Friday evening, police raided all the Hustle Chapel launch. Laptops seized, bank accounts frozen, over 120 names leaked, new blogs erupted, and at the top, Chuka Obasi, pastor's son betting lord. It was the highlight of the town. Pastor Obasi collapsed when he read the news. His only son, his heir, was now the face of corruption. Church members avoided the family. Pastor meetings turned into interrogations. The youth wing disbanded. When Chuka arrived to confess, the church was silent. Daddy, I was wrong. Pastor Obasi didn't speak. He walked to the altar and wept. That Sunday, he told the church, the fire on the altar has been polluted, but God, in His mercy, can still cleanse us. Chuka was excommunicated. Adora stopped replying. The streets laughed. Tega now ran the remains of Hustle Chapel, boasting, I dethroned the king. Chuka disappeared. He went north, far from Lagos, to a rural monastery where silence ruled. He rose at 4 a.m., fetched water, studied the word, no internet, no noise, just echoes of his conscience. He kept a journal. He wrote about guilt, love, money, betrayal. He titled it 2 Lives, 1 Lie. He sent a copy anonymously to Adora. She read it in one sitting and cried for hours. Chuka returned 6 months later, unshaven, calm, peaceful. He walked into church during altar call, fell to his knees, and simply said, I am home. The entire congregation stood. Pastor Obasi laid hands on him. The lost son is found. Tega watched from afar as Chuka's name re-entered the streets, not as a king, but a phoenix. Chuka began holding community seminars, rehabilitated gamblers, partnered with NGOs, even donated books and systems to public schools. His face appeared on TV, from betting boss to mentor. Tega felt something between jealousy and shame. Then one day, they met. It was accidental at the airport. Chuka! Tega called. They stared at each other. Tega lowered his voice. I didn't mean to betray you. I just felt forgotten. Chuka nodded. I was wrong too. I forgot what we built, but it had to burn for something better to rise. They shook hands, no forgiveness given, just peace made. When 2 elephants fight, the grass suffers, but when they speak, the forest breathes again. Years passed. Chuka married Adora. Together they opened a counseling center for troubled youth. His book became a bestseller, translated into 3 languages. His father invited him to preach occasionally. He never wore suits, just simple clothes and clear eyes. At one conference, he ended with this: I wore 2 faces. I lost both, but in finding my truth, I found my freedom. He paused. The crowd was silent. Your lie may be feeding you, but it's also killing you. He held up his old betting ID card. I was King Chu, but now I am Chuka, a servant, a son, a soul made whole.
Please subscribe to watch more of our videos. Thank you.